What is up, all? We are here with Independent Country Music Hall of Fame inductee Richard Lynch. How's it going, Richard?
Hey, I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me on.
You bet, you bet. All right, so here's the first thing I've noticed. You've got a seriously stellar lineup of musicians on your new single. I mean, what was that recording process like?
Well, it was an amazing event. We were lucky enough to be in the studio with some of the best musicians in the world, and when you're around guys like that, there, it sure makes me step up my game. So I was I was definitely on my A game that day, and inspired to be around those great musicians, and I think it made for a great recording.
Oh yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, everybody's on that lineup. That's a huge cast of musicians for one song.
Those guys are stupid, absolutely stupendous, remarkable. I can't give enough credit for them guys. Amazing.
I mean, how long did it take you guys from start to finish to organize everything to get A Better Place out?
Well, A Better Place album was probably in the process. If you figure all the time that we spent, listening to all the different songs. I mean, we went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs, down to the final 12 that made the album. But, if you put that in consideration with all the different songs we listened to, I think it was probably about a 3.5, 4-month adventure.
Wow.
But once we got everything locked down and determined what songs we're going to be using and recording, once we got that locked in, and Billy Yates did such a great job at his part of it, being the producer, and of course he wrote a lot of the songs. But once that was all set, those musicians come in there, it's like magic. They just work their magic, and it was an amazing event to watch.
Wow. And you know what? That's the big difference, I think, between pop country, I'm going to call it, versus a good classic country, right? Like
right.
I know pop country musicians who have knocked out a song in a weekend, and I mean, I hate to say it, you can tell, right? Not to be rude, but you can kind of tell versus a classic country sound, right? And I mean, what made you decide to stick with this classic, for lack of a better word, country sound?
Well, I realized a long time ago, Dad always gave me pretty good advice, just always be who you are. And my dad was a great singer and entertainer in his own right. And, I was influenced so much by him as I grew up. And, he told me, and his words were, things come and go, but if you just stay who you are, at some point you'll be successful. And, wow, he gave me some great advice there. And to be around folks that really love that traditional music, and to be around the folks that, are really clamoring, and to have that, on the radio, there's a great need for it right now. And so I've always loved it. I've always wanted to keep that direction. And that's, like my daddy gave me the good direction to go. I'm going to keep on doing that traditional music.
That's amazing advice, because so many people are just trying to emulate one of their favorite stars, and that's how they keep everyone morphs into Taylor Swift eventually. And it's actually, people don't understand, it takes a lot more effort and is definitely more rewarding to find your authentic voice and stick to it. And I really dig that about A Better Place. I mean, it takes me back. It's got modern production, but it takes me back to a classic sound. I mean, kudos for that. Seriously.
Well, thank you so much for those kind words. I've been doing a lot of interviews here lately, and a lot of folks are even going as far as to say, it sounds like something George Jones would have recorded. And when I hear stuff like that there, it just does my heart so good. I don't compare myself to George Jones by no means, but the music is that type of mind. It's something maybe George would have recorded that one, and that does my heart good to hear that.
Wow, that's nice. That's a great compliment. I mean, so what can we expect from you next?
Well, we just got through 2 weeks ago finishing the brand new album that's in the can. My vocals are done. I put it that way. It's not done yet. We have a guest singer that we're going to do a duet with on our new album, and I don't have the liberty yet to disclose who she is yet, but it's really an amazing event. We can't wait to get in the studio and finish the duet with her. But you'll definitely recognize who we're talking about. And the new music is it's so good. You're going to, if you like Richard Lynch music, you're going to like this stuff, because we've kept the traditional flavor. We've got some brand new songs that ate with. As a matter of fact, one of the songs that Mr. George Strait had it on hold for over a year, and didn't quite get made on his current album. And so I am so fortunate to have this particular song on my new album, and just give you kind of an idea what to expect out there. It's going to be great traditional country music.
Oh my gosh, that is cool. And you can't tell us who that secret guest star is, huh? Can you give us a hint?
Well, I can tell you she's an incredible singer. She has been in the industry for 25 to 30 years. And she's not just country. She also plays, and she's well known for playing some great bluegrass music. I'll leave it at that there. So,
oh man, everybody's gonna be on Google right now trying to figure out who that is.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys, you heard the scoop from Richard Lynch. Keep an eye out for the new work. And where is the best place to get in touch with you or sample some of your new music?
Well, just go to richardlynchband.com, and you can see all the various websites, all the different things that we're doing, at the places we're playing around the country, all the merchandise we have, and I will tell you the new name of the new album is called We're Mending Fences, so that gives you just a little bit of an idea of what we're doing there. But go to richardlynchband.com, and you can see all the different things we're doing and the places we're playing around the country. We're big advocates on things to help our men and women of the military. So when you go on the richardlynchband.com, you'll see the Love Tattoo Foundation, and that's things that we do to help our men and women of the military. So go on there and check out what we're doing. We'd love to see all these folks in and around the country out there.
Very cool. Thanks a million, Richard. It's been an honor.
Hey, thank you, and we can't wait to cross paths with you guys and talk again.